Professor Wanyama, it is a pleasure to have you here with us in Cape Town for the International Cooperative Alliance General Assembly and Global Conference. We understand that you have made a presentation today that was very well received on what have cooperatives got to do with United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Can you tell us what have they got to do with these goals?
Cooperatives have always addressed issues of sustainable development in their activities. They address challenges of poverty, they address challenges of gender equality, they address challenges of lifelong education, and they generally try to ensure that people have livelihoods, and these are the main issues that the Sustainable Development Goals are trying to address. Though the Sustainable Development Goals are 12 in number, but all of them converge on the activities that cooperatives are always engaged in. And so cooperatives are about sustainable development, and that's why they have everything to do with Sustainable Development Goals.
Where do these goals come from, Professor Wanyama?
Sustainable Development Goals have their origins in the Millennium Development Goals, which were formulated by the United Nations in 2000. And the period for implementing Millennium Development Goals is coming to an end in 2015. And the United Nations has initiated the process of developing the next development framework from 2015. And that framework is known as the Post-2015 Development Agenda, which is operationalized by the 12 Sustainable Development Goals. And so the initiative, first of all, originates from the United Nations. But secondly, the initiative is also driven by other partners of the cooperative movement, partners like the International Cooperative Alliance, which is the global organization for cooperatives. And in the strategy of the International Cooperative Alliance, sustainability is one of the key issues that it intends to address in the next decade. And so the Sustainable Development Goals actually address a core issue of the International Cooperative Alliance. But besides International Cooperative Alliance, the other partner of the cooperative movement has been the International Labour Organization, which in partnership with other organizations, it is also trying to ensure that the cooperative movement that has been the core driver of sustainable development remains at the core of the new initiative of Sustainable Development Goals. And so this initiative is driven by the United Nations, the International Cooperative Alliance, and the International Labour Organization that has been trying to promote the cooperative movement around the world.
What were some of the main findings from your paper? And was there any surprises from your findings?
The main findings from my paper is that cooperatives have always contributed to sustainable development, and they are continuing to play that role. And so that was not surprising from my paper. But what seems to be surprising is that cooperatives, though at the core of sustainable development, they are not engaged fully in the process of formulating the goals, the goals in the post-2012 development agenda. And they are not involved basically because, one, they operate at the local level rather than the international level. Two, they are not well represented at the international level where these discussions are occurring. And that has always been the case even during the Millennium Development Goals. And so that was not surprising, but basically the way out of this is to ensure that cooperatives come out and be proactive in championing their place in the work that they have always done by being visible in the formulation of sustainable development goals and also in the implementation of those goals.